Rolling These 20s presents Stories of Surrett. Starring Mikey Mike as Anansi, the halfling monk bard. Prince as M47R1X, aka Matrix, the Warforged Artificer. Ivy as Ziku, the Goblin Monk. Lonzo Gonzo as Ferdinand Furgrove Furball Ranger. And our Dungeon Master, forging our hero's tale, Liz. Though rifts are forming, the party is united by a quest promised. They will venture into the unknown dangers of the White, and together keep their oaths and each other alive. In Chapter 15, Into the White.
And we are live.
Hey!
Good evening, folks.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. Finally got this up.
Welcome. Welcome to our Wednesday D&D Stories of Surrett. I hope everybody's having a good week. Yes, no, maybe, mostly.
Things are going pretty well for me. I got scheduled for the Fauci ouchie and got a few other things going on, so it's wholly positive.
Nice.
Yeah, I got ice cream in the freezer, coffee on hand. Things are looking good.
I got Oreos.
Ooh. There you go.
Man, Oreos sound like a real good idea.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna go now, guys. We're just gonna go
Yeah,
ahead
that's
and have
it.
some Oreos.
We're gonna
Thanks
go
for
have
stopping
milk
by.
and cookies. Thanks for coming through. No, we have 2 D&D, and there will be D&D this evening. So, let's go ahead and, as I'm sure you can notice, we are down one this evening. Our lovely Anansi had some other business to take care of, and so he shall not be joining us this evening. But we'll go around. Everybody go ahead, say hi, introduce yourselves, introduce your characters, pronouns, all that good stuff. Why don't we start with you, Ivy? You are muted, my dear. We've all done it. No shame.
You know we're professionals.
Yep.
Okay, sorry. Hi, I'm Ivy. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Ziku Halrik, the Kensei monk, goblin person. Yeah, she, her pronouns for her. I'm tired, yo.
All right. Lonzo.
How we doing? Lonzo Gonzo. Pronouns he, him. I will be playing Ferdinand Grove, or Fur for short, the Furbold Ranger. I even have a hard time saying that. Both our pronouns are he, him.
All right. And Prince.
Hello, I am Prince, aka Doubles and Dice, and I use pronouns he, him. I am playing
Matrix, the Warforged Artificer / fighter, whose pronouns are any pronouns because Matrix is a robot.
And I am Liz, and I will be the dungeon master for this evening. I don't know why I have an accent all of a sudden, but here we are. So, I'll do the recap real quick, since I know all of you kind of panic. Pretty much what happened was y'all fought through a massive horde of zombies and other undead, got to a city called Tyrell. You met the woman who brought Anansi back to life. You found some information about your missing father, about some spell scrolls, and some information about the White in general. There was a giant party, as seems to be the way of this city. When there is a horde of undead at the gates, they throw big parties to keep everybody's spirits up. And so you went. Anansi had a nice little date with a armorer. Grove got turned into a statue of solid gold for about 45 minutes, an hour. Matrix died, it seemed, for a hot second, and met some gods, and got reprimanded, got a slap on the wrist, got a little scared. Didn't take that too kindly, which if you have been watching us at all, you would imagine that's exactly how Matrix would respond. Filled the group in a little bit about Matrix's background, and then the group all went to bed. And I think everybody was just waking up. Matrix was refusing to go back into the temple, however. And I think that's pretty much where everybody left off, was you guys hearing Matrix outside the temple going, "Wake up, noobs," at
Yeah.
the top of his metaphorical lungs.
I spoke to Nora, and they're going to give us a map. It's going to take a little bit to procure that, but
Yes.
and we have to go to some scrolls. Got it.
You guys had to pick up some scrolls. Where did I say the scrolls were? Oh, there we go. From Jezrin.
Mm-hmm.
And Anansi kind of pokes his head over. "I'll go get my armor by myself. Thanks." And he starts walking away.
Sounds good,
I
Anansi.
bet you will. Ha, 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 ha.
Laugh it up.
Don't forget flowers.
Uh-huh.
I drew a craft some and handed it to him.
Thank you. He just shaking his head walks off.
Is that what you humanoids call being a bro?
You could say that. You could say that, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I had a
I
voice
don't
with this character.
I will work on this being a bro in the future.
Oh boy, that'll be fun. All right. So you guys head over to Jezrin's.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You head over there. He is kind of busily copying things all over the place. He looks up at you, and again, this is a small dwarven man, but instead of his beard, instead of being the long, bushy, magnificent thing that dwarves are so often known for, this one is very close to his face, and thick, almost a heavy fur. And instead of hair, he has this almost dry ice effect, just kind of swirling off of his head. Oh, you're back. You're back a little early. So I've got the two. Well, you took the two good and evil spells, right? Protection from good and evil. You took those two scrolls, didn't you? Okay. And then what was the other thing that you needed? One of them was do radiant damage, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, the
I
experiment.
believe that was it.
All right.
And also, were there other scrolls in there?
It was a total of 4 scrolls.
Indeed.
So Liz does not remember if it was 2 of the
You ordered
experimental
4
ones.
scrolls. The 4 scrolls were of protect from good and evil, and we ordered experimental scrolls or devices that provide us with radiant damage against the creatures.
Right. That's what it is. Okay. So give me half a second here. And he comes over and he gives you, because I think it was a total of 4 for the good and evil, and then you guys owe him the other half of the money.
I
Yep.
paid
How
him
much was
upfront.
it?
You paid him, I think, half, because he
You
wasn't
paid half
sure
up
if he was
front.
going
I'm
to be
covering
able
the
to
other half.
finish.
How much was the half?
I want to say another like 250. I think it was something like that.
I paid 120.
So then it would have been, I think 250 was the total then.
Right. Or 125.
Yeah.
125. So
Yeah.
All right. Good, good, good. What the heck just died in my living room? Okay. Something smells real bad all of a sudden, guys. Sorry. All right. So, oh no. So, how many of you are spellcasters? All right, 2 of you then.
The Matrix is
These
ready.
these should work as normal for the 2 of you. That should be fine. Well, heck, good and evil. I don't. Can either of you cast this normally? Like, is this backup for you, or is it?
Yeah, I normally have this in my repertoire.
Okay, good. Then this as if you're casting it, it should work as normal. For you, big man, and he kind of looks over at you, Matrix. If you decide to cast it, then you're probably and out of character. You will still have to roll basically like a dispel magic, because technically spell scrolls don't work outside of your class list. So to kind of balance the just giving everybody spell scrolls, you got to do it, I would say, like you would for a dispel magic, where you got to equal 10 plus a spell level. It should only be 12 with your spell casting modifier, or 13, I think.
Should be fine.
So, yeah, it should be fine. But occasionally, hilarity. All right. And then this one, which for some dumbass reason I have completely forgotten to get, this one will imbue a single weapon or somebody's, and he kind of looks over at Ziku standing by, or somebody's fists with radiant damage for say about an hour.
Matrix charges up his like hand electricity just starts to like come off his hands.
The thing is, it's not supposed to technically do radiant damage, so I had to futz with it a little bit.
Does that mean it may not work properly?
Well, it'll certainly do something. I'm just not sure if it'll.
what?
It'll absolutely imbue you as long as you can get the spell off. It'll absolutely imbue you with radiant damage. That's a guarantee. I just don't know what else it might do.
So it may imbue you with radiant damage, but you
And
may
turn
take
you into
the
shape.
radiant. Oh.
It might turn you into a sheep. It might do some
Matrix looks
crazy.
at Grove.
Zika
Crazy
just has her
wizard.
head in her hands, like,
Ah,
not
ah,
again, not again,
Though
ah.
to
not
be fair,
again.
you would be a radiant sheep, and then you could bite people and it'd be radiant damage, which would probably be hilarious.
No, it's a long story short, wizard vodka and old story.
Oh yeah, you don't drink that stuff. It's dangerous.
Don't say.
You say, but
Oh, it's fun.
Wild side.
It's fun, but
Until
after you
it's
turn
not.
after you turn into a goldfish 4 times, you swear the stuff off.
This is an option. I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, it's a bit of a bitch. But that's neither here nor there. Is there anything else I can do for you lot?
I think for health potions, we should be good on everything, right?
I
Assuming
will.
you all have food to eat and water.
Oh, remember, I could find this food and water, meager food, but food nonetheless.
Fair enough.
I mean, do I need to stop to buy rations or anything? Like, I mean,
I'm sure we could also get some at the temple before we leave as well.
I am still an excellent chef, provided you can find us a nice animal.
right, that's fine. I just need to know what we're doing.
Or if you like to eat zombie parts, well,
Ew.
that is also something that is possible.
Yeah.
Why?
I can't imagine zombie meat is that much different than infernal goose meat.
I mean, isn't it rotting already?
That's
Potentially.
the only thing I could think of is rotting like this.
Anyway, we'll figure it out. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, of course. Good luck out there. Be careful.
We'll
Thanks
do our best.
And then I put the
for walking out the door.
the
like,
scroll
holding
he
it.
gave you, the one that imbues a weapon with magic, is the spell Magic Weapon. You touch a non-magical weapon, and until the spell ends, it becomes a magical weapon with a +1 the bonus in attack rolls. Is this it? I don't know.
I have that spell.
I seize it.
Might not be that one. Hold on. There's another one that imbues. Oh no, it's elemental weapon. My bad. It's a 3rd level spell. And it does 1d4 damage of the chosen type. There we go.
Ooh.
However, you do have the spell matrix. However, he has changed it so that it does radiant damage, which is not one of the
Not.
options.
Indeed.
So you can use it, and you can use it as a regular spell scroll. However, it may still cause fun and exciting effects.
Excellent.
Everything in
I
a,
like fun and exciting.
everything in a 20-mile radius becomes volcanically active.
What?
What?
Hydru gets born.
All right. You guys.
You
Excellent
do just freak me
elements.
out, don't.
Good night, everyone.
You
So
guys.
long, sweet princess.
Anyway, I'm walking out the door.
Okay. You guys head out. Was there anything else you wanted to do, wanted to pick up, wanted to check on? Lights you wanted to start, or are you guys ready to hit the road?
I'm about ready.
The only thing we don't have is healing potions, but
we should get those.
we probably might need them.
Do we-
Maybe
I don't know. I don't keep track of our inventory, so I don't know.
I have none on me.
But wait, who keeps track of our inventory? I just realized that no one does that.
I keep a track in my own inventory.
Yeah. No, nobody's got the bag of holding running tab. So.
Oh shit.
All right. So are you guys looking around?
You have it then.
Unless you all tell me specifically to carry something for you in my bag of holding, I have my inventory.
Well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I gave
Nothing,
the
we
last
haven't said,
potions. I gave to a
group shit. So
I don't think we got anything group wise.
You have
got
not gotten anything in town.
Yeah, everything we've gotten, we've divvied up.
Right.
Yeah, everything you've gotten, you've divvied
Okay,
up.
cool.
And
as far as I know, we don't have any health potions. So yeah, we should get health potions. That's the thing we should do.
Since you got here, you haven't really bought potions. And you did use, I think, a couple getting through the zombie horde. At least a couple.
Well,
if one of y'all wants to make an investigation check, see where you can find some potions.
I do have a bit of a proficiency in investigation.
Go for it. I'm trying.
21.
All right. It doesn't take you long at all. You remember from yesterday, actually, you guys bypassed this place because you were more interested in the scriptorium. It's called Elb's Wonderful Tincture, or Wondrous Tinctures. You guys walk in, and it is a small, cramped, dark, little. The building itself isn't a hovel, but this little shop area is just packed full of herbs drying and strange bottles, and there's something slowly bubbling towards the back of the room. And it doesn't smell bad. It just smells like all the herb. It smells like somebody's kitchen mixed with an apothecary, mixed with just a very large field of wildflowers. It's a kind of wild smell. You guys kind of poke your head in. Hello? Yes.
Sorry to bother you. We're inquiring. Do you have any healing potions? We're about to head out into the white.
Okay. You see an older tiefling man come kind of from back behind the bubbling something. Oh, you're heading out, I see. Just healing potions.
It's
Yes,
really
sir.
dumb and probably a bad idea, but we have to find that one's father, an elf,
Half elf.
half elf.
Very well. I do have a few. I have 3 small healing potions, and he kind of slowly walks, like very slowly, stately walks over in this madhouse of a front room and pulls 3 small vials down. And I have 2, yes, 2 greater healing potions. Walks over to another section of the room. He takes down a big bundle of something and kind of just puts it on a lower shelf and pulls 2 other vials down.
Anything we need?
I'm going to stay away from potions and drinks from now on. The last experience was not good.
I mean, I warned you ahead of time. Anyway,
Thanks, Mom. Ha, 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 ha.
I mean, hey, as long as you don't blame me for half the shit you do, whatever. Anyway, out of character, like, are these greater, regular? These are all regular.
He has 3 regular and 2 greater.
And how much for the lot?
Um, I would say 300 gold for the lot.
How much can I get for 88?
And he moves the 2 regular healing potions.
Anyone else want to chip in?
I could give you
'Cause I'll be
40.
flat
I could give you
broke
40
after
gold.
this.
I give you an extra 40 gold. So you got 120 gold right there.
120. Okay. Matrix, anything? Or did you already spend all
What
yours?
would you like from me?
I'm just asking if you can chip in. Like, if you can't, that's fine. I'm just asking.
How much do you need?
Well, the whole lot's 300, right? We're at 120. So
That is too much. We cannot afford all of that.
that's why I'm just asking. Okay, we'll just stick with the 120 then.
Perhaps you should try negotiation. Bartering, even.
Okay.
I mean, I just have this. I bring out my old leather armor. Like, we could throw this in as a trade.
And it's just leather armor, right? It's not
Just-
enchanted or anything?
Just
Nope,
leather
just
armor.
standard leather armor. That's probably like 3 silver.
Okay. Well, I can... Okay. Where are you all headed?
Wait.
I see why you need these.
Yeah.
I can give you the 3 regular potions for the 120.
I mean, that works.
It's better than nothing.
Better than nothing. We'll take it.
Very well.
What will you give? What will you take for one of the big ones?
Where are you going in the white?
Somewhere where we had to get multiple scrolls of protection from good and evil. Also, some sort of magical scrolls that cause us to do radiant damages.
That could be anywhere in the white. That just sounds Good
Um,
kidding.
We're just going to be trying to venture around and find Ziku's father here.
Yeah, it's pretty much we're going in and out. We don't really have much of a direction. We're getting a map from one of the temples, and we're gonna chart our course from there.
I see. Well, these typically go for about 100 gold apiece. So,
Gotcha.
and that is, I'm sure you will find discounted from other areas of the country, as there are a number of clerics here, and people tend not to need these as much.
Very
Yeah,
I don't drink them.
fair enough.
They should be fine. Are we ready to depart?
Yeah, we'll just take
Yep.
the 3 normal ones, and we appreciate your business.
Of course. And he goes ahead and gives you the 3. He takes the gold, puts it away.
Yep. And I have the 3 healing potions in my inventory already because
All right.
I'm
Sounds
not
good.
realizing how much you have to keep track of that shit.
It is very important. All right. It happens. Don't sweat it too much. You guys head back towards the temples. You guys just head out.
Well, we have to go to the
Um,
temple to get the map.
Yeah, the map. And also any so I know that Grove can technically find food for the 3 of us. I don't know why I said 4. 3 of us. But do we want rations is the question. I mean, wait, can we even afford those now? I got like 15 copper.
The only thing we could do to help see if they help us out is asking the temple if they have any sort of rations or other items they could spare. Maybe a cleric or a paladin or 2.
True.
That's our only hope.
Cool. Just checking. Okay. We head to the temple to get the map at the very least.
Okay. You guys head back to the Temple of Lyra. Honoria is up and running around, checking into things, checking on people. She does see 2 of you walk in, or all 3? Matrix, you going in? Didn't think so. You guys kind of just see Matrix stop at the doorway.
Nope.
Kind of
Absolutely
waves you guys
fucking
in.
not.
Like,
Okay, bud.
I don't know if you guys are going to continue in or and leave
Yeah,
me
we'll
on the
continue.
door.
I mean, we need the map. I'm going in.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's very rare that somebody doesn't want to come in this temple. It's odd. I don't like it.
They just we're waiting for it, and let's see. Show.
There. She's like, 1 moment, and she kind of shuffles off, and she's like, I've got this for you. It doesn't show, well, it doesn't show everything because we haven't mapped everything. There's a couple, and she points out that there's 2 like main rivers that run through the White, and most likely your father would have followed one of those, just for the sake of at least knowing he has water. There are ponds and everything else. The White is not abandoned. It is not. It's quite lovely, aside from the things that give it its name. It seems there's something wrong, something different, something odd about the undead. They do not just crave living, because that would have left the White desolate. There would be no need for the hunters to go out there because there'd be nothing there. It seems they crave things that are sentient. So deer hold no interest. Rabbit holds no interest for these undead. Oh.
Interesting.
You
So the land, can stay alive.
How can you hear from all the way over there?
He's got
But yes. But the land, it would be good for farming, and there are, as I'm sure you've heard, smaller villages out in the white.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as something as large as the city, it can't. It could support the population, but it seems the larger the gathering, the more likely it is to call attention to itself.
Very well. We appreciate this. What do you
Um,
think would be the best path for us to take to kind of travel to
like I said,
the water?
following the rivers is probably a good idea. Or at least staying near them. Just all living things need water.
And how many days travel will it be to get to the river?
Um, you should reach one of the first ones. They don't head north south as the ice road does. It definitely heads more of a southeast direction. Both of them, but you can probably reach the first one in about a half-day travel. So if you leave before noon, you should reach it before dark.
Very well.
Oh,
We don't have any body to spare to go with you, sadly. There are some patrols out already, however, and I'm sure that should you come across one, they would be happy to join up.
Very well.
But otherwise,
To ask if you have any spare rations and/or potions.
rations, absolutely. And she kind of snaps her finger. One of the younger acolytes comes running over. Yes, mistress. I'm going to need, a week's worth of rations for each of these folks. Of course, mistress.
Oh.
They run off. Very well. Doesn't take long, maybe 5-10 minutes. Comes back with bags full of nothing elaborate. You guess there might be a little bit of infernal goose jerky in there. Yeah, you guys are set up with rations.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And I think that's everything we need.
We appreciate this.
I believe there is another. I believe the shifts are, in essence, about to change. So if you wanted, you could probably be on the coattails of somebody going out to try and clear this mess. So it should be a sight easier for you to get out than it was to get in.
Cool.
It's perfect. Well, hopefully, we could come back with good news, or
Like,
we'll be out there.
Be careful, be safe.
We'll do.
and I walk out to Matrix. Okay, we got everything.
All right, wonderful. You guys hang out for another 10 minutes. Anansi comes back, fitted out in his new clothes. He is also carrying a small bag. Shendra got us some oil, I guess. It's holy oil. I don't know. But apparently it
It helps. It helps
Yeah.
from what I understand.
So you guys also have 6 vials of holy oil.
I'll write it down.
And what exactly does holy oil do?
For certain undead, not all of them, but for certain undead, it adds an additional d6 of radiant damage. or holy
Why
damage.
is it not finding it in here? Indie Beyond load up. No. I'm finding holy water.
I would say just use the holy water. It's fine. But basically, you can put this on arrows, or each vial does 3 hits. So each vial does either 3 arrows or stab,
Noted.
stab, stab, and then you gotta reapply a new vial if you're using a sword.
Cool. So this is for someone who is not me.
Okay.
Probably me, we're being honest, but we'll hold these until we get to something that really needs it. We should be fine now.
Let's head out.
Right,
Yeah, looks
you
like that
guys,
group over there is about to head out.
yeah, you guys head over towards the west, the east. I've really got to learn my fucking compass, you guys. I'm bad at this.
You want to know something hilarious? Sometimes, when not without thinking about it, I still get confused on left or right.
So do I. You're good. You're good. I do the same. So you guys head over to the eastern gate. And there are a couple people laughing and joking. There is one tiefling who is in leather armor. They have a couple of vines. You're not sure if they're braided or just tangled into their hair. Just sitting around, kind of look up at the sun, stick their head out the gate, look to see who's coming in, and they're like, "All right, well, let's go." The tiefling actually has a pack where the others just have their fighting gear. All right, you guys head out. You follow the group as they start heading out.
100%.
Ziku, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Bad.
Okay.
8 total.
Yep. Carry on. You guys start heading out, and you see this group of six. You guessing probably 3 clerics, 3 paladins. You see the clerics walk up to the line, and they hit it like lifeguards jumping into the surf. All of them in full plate, and pretty much jump and just dive into the center of this mass of undead. And they're about
Time of their life.
45 feet apart, and you see all 3 of them. This massive wave of radiant damage, and undead just start popping and turning to ash. And the ones who are not popping and turning to ash, at least of the quote unquote lesser undead, the skeletons and zombies and things like that, start trying to just get out of the way of these clerics.
I want to learn how to do that.
The other 3, the paladins, all kind of, they pull either a great sword or a massive axe off their back and just kind of start laying waste to everything around them. You are unable to be heard, or something's wrong with me.
Amazing.
There
Even
you go.
zombies consider self-preservation.
That is
Fascinating.
interesting.
What do you guys do?
He's on down. He's on down.
He's on. Just
That is impressive, but
easiest, the path of least resistance, I guess.
Okay. So Ziku, you start kind of, you almost like drifting or tailgating a truck. You kind of get right behind a paladin and pull both swords out, and you're like, "All right, I'm just gonna follow this guy real close." And he clears a couple of them out, and it's not widely open, but you have probably a good like 35, 40 feet where you could just zip right to kind of up to the cleric.
Yep.
Okay. Are the rest of you following?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys a little slower than Ziku, but follow real quick on their heels as you guys start heading out. There is another cleric a little bit further out, because the first one only made it about 30 feet. Another kind of, this one is almost trying to draw attention because it has its shield up and it's just boom, oh, oh, this freaking mace into their metal shield. Um, so everything that is running away from the first three clerics is now running towards this horrible, horrible metallic sound. And as stuff starts closing in, it's the same thing. You see the mace go up one more time and slam into the shield. And as you see sparks let off, it just a wave of radiant energy to clear another path. You guys keep going?
Yep.
Okay.
Ezekiel the entire time is like looking at Grove like, I gotta learn how to do that. That's pretty cool.
That's so impressive.
You guys keep running, keep running, keep running. And Nancy is, right behind you, like, this is terrible, this is terrible. Let's get out of here, let's get out of here, let's get out of here. You guys do have to fend off a couple of the last undead that are towards the outer edge of this. Probably only maybe 3 of them. I'll say you each take just like a point because you're kind of just head down and trying to push through. You get a little scratched up, but not nearly the damage you guys took trying to get into the city. Grove and Anansi, who's not here, and Matrix. As you are coming through this horde of undead and finally kind of taking a breath, you're going into the white. This is pretty terrible, but for some reason, it feels like just some small weight was lifted off of your shoulders after leaving that town. So you guys head into the white.
Interesting.
All right. You all begin moving forward, and Nancy saw this before, and all of you are kind of realizing it now. There is almost an invisible wall. You see this strange white mist hanging from probably mid shin to maybe waist height. Ziku, you're going to be eating mist. You and Anansi are just going to be like, well, I can't see shit. And it just spills out from these trees and then stops. And it doesn't seem to ever come past kind of this invisible.
Y'all ready?
No.
There is a very clear delineation where one forest starts and the other begins.
Raise a rubber bee.
That's not what it is.
Let's go.
All right. So, where are you guys going? Are you heading towards this river? Are you trying to? Go ahead.
So, question: when did Grace show us the temple she wants us to find, or did she just say in the white go?
She did say kind of just in the white. She did say it is about a half day to the south of Tyrell. And it is in a clearing,
Right,
which
and
would
the
be
rivers run south to southeast.
Yeah, they run southeast. So you could probably get to the river and then start heading that way. If any of you want to make a survival check looking over this map, see if you
Sure.
can't interpret some of the markings and all the good stuff on it.
Someone else do it. I mean, I have a +1, but I don't want to risk it. Nuh-uh.
Unless you want to give me advantage.
I can help.
I mean, I can. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll roll with advantage.
Okay.
I can try.
Not that much better. 9.
9.
Rolled a 2 and a 3.
Oh no. So some of them are, you're not sure how they're universal, but apparently they're universal. You're like, all right, that's home base. You're like, this is Tyrell. It's gotta be. It's the same damn symbol. Like, okay. I'm guessing this is probably the river, so we got to go that way. All right. You do notice there are, judging from the scale, if the scale is accurate, you're not really able to tell. You're like, okay, there's a village, there's a something, probably about 3 days on the other side of the river. Because you do notice a little mark for that. And like, all right. And then, but there's a whole bunch of markings on here that are just alien to you. There's a couple that kind of stand out. There's two many pointed stars. And they're the only two on the map. There's a lot of different symbols that kind of repeat, but these are the only two on the map. So like, I don't know what that is.
I'm having a hard time discerning what is what on here, but
Yeah, when you're not from the place that does all the markers all look different.
yeah, I mean, your map was a little easier to
Well,
understand.
yeah, but also, yeah, my maps have to be streamlined though.
yeah,
Only a amount of
we
people gotta look at this map, so it's not as like cohesive.
So what you're saying is we should just follow the river.
Is what I would say. Yeah. Well, Great Temple is south. What runs south? The river.
we'll
All
go
right.
south.
Go ahead and Grove, if you want to make another survival, or whoever wants to make another survival check to get to the river and lead the charge.
Matrix is actually just following these two, because Matrix, this is not his area of expertise.
21.
Basically,
21, much better. You're
Yeah.
like, all right, I could head southeast. Like this shouldn't be too damn hard. I can at least follow an eastward path. So you start heading out to the east. It's quiet. There's birds chirping. Aside from the mist, aside from this kind of ever-present fog, and the fact that Ziku and Anansi right now are their vision is effectively to about 15 feet.
Oh, great. I just grab on it like Grove's arm, like
is
I can't
Matrix's
see it
flaming
otherwise.
shield helping them any?
Not really.
Cool.
Oh, that's
I
where
mean,
I'm going, right? You never turn that off.
Mm-mm.
I am legit using a spell for that. Well, I mean, I don't have to use a spell because once you do it, you don't have to use it again. But if I turn it off, then it'll cost me another 50 gold to turn it back on, and I'm not about
Fuck
that
that.
life.
Yep.
No, that's fair.
but yeah, it's comfortable. You know, you're aside from the mist, it doesn't seem like you have left the Msharble. It seems exactly the same, except for there's this mist that makes it difficult to see your own damn feet, makes it difficult for the smaller folk to see frickin' anything. And it's just odd.
I suppose I should probably do this farther in, but is there any way I could do like does any of the this is really probably not going to do anything, but does anything around me look like the general area of forest I saw Kerrigan back at the library?
Go ahead and make a nature check.
Nature? Okay. Oh, yay. Okay. That's a 3, and I have like a +0 in that. That's not happening.
So it's hard for you to tell, partly because all you're seeing is mist and the occasional like tree trunk.
Okay.
It's difficult.
I figured.
You guys at probably about 1 o'clock, equivalent of 1 o'clock, you guys do make it to the river, and it is not the size of the ice road that takes 8 hours to get across. It is a respectable sized river. And it's just flowing to the southeast. You're gonna take a break, have lunch, look around.
Lunch.
I think if you want, we could keep pushing on.
I mean, I'm good as long as everyone else is good.
All right.
Let us continue.
Y'all keep moving. You guys, which way do you go?
Directly, whichever one leads directly south.
We'll
Okay.
head to that I guess towards that town. Maybe we
So
can get
to
word
get
in
to
there.
the town, you'd have to get to the other side of the river.
That's gonna take a while.
I mean, I do have shape water. I could just go ahead and just do that. Where's across? How wide is the river, roughly?
Probably about 500 yards.
That's
Oh,
a wide ass river.
well, yeah.
All right, let's just keep going south.
Let's
Okay.
keep going south. The thing the thing that we need to do for Gray is directly there, and yeah. And
All right.
and we'll just keep we just keep our eyes peeled in on the way there.
Sounds great.
You humans can peel your eyes.
Expression matrix.
I do not understand this expression.
Okay, so when keeping your eyes peeled just means keeping a lookout. It's just a fun way to say it. Well, not fun, but it's just a way to say it. I don't know why I said it that way, but I did.
I suppose looking out would be the only option for a humanoid, as looking inside would take something better than eyes.
That would take a lot of
It took a lot.
wisdom.
Yeah. Oh.
You
All right.
humanoids and your expressions.
Yeah,
Sometimes they make sense. Sometimes
they don't.
Yes,
But we say them anyway.
someone said something about having cake and eating it too once to me, and I did not understand. What purpose is there to have a cake if you
It's
cannot
not to eat it. Yeah, I did. For the longest time, I didn't fully understand that one. Carrick had to explain it to me.
there's still some things I don't quite get, but
Like what?
like too much to say.
Too much what?
Too much really to go about it. I'm still getting used to certain things, but
I mean, yeah, you're from a different plane. Everything here probably is weird.
some of it seems kind of familiar, but others not so much. Mine moves a bit differently here. That's for certain. Speaking of which, I wonder how long I've been gone.
Well, we'll find out when
That's
we get home. I can't answer that question because I don't know how time in your plane works.
Imagine for a moment that time stood still from the moment you left your plane until coming here. So when you go back, you'll be at the exact same moment, but older, wiser, more scarred, and possibly forever permanently damaged.
That'd be
I mean-
free though. Like imagine going through all this stuff and then you go back and they're all like, you spaced out for like 2 minutes. What'd you do?
well, there's a story to tell. People would say I'd be some sort of traveler of time, perhaps like a professor or a doctor, perhaps.
Anyway. Hmm. Well, what is your home plane like beyond foresty? 'Cause I don't know how much you've described it, or if you have, I may have forgotten in all the stuff we've had to take care of. But I'll hear it again.
It's lush. It's full of life. Not as grim as this place,
Mm-hmm.
but
Being as grim as the white, I don't think.
no, this seems like a hell compared to what I've seen. That's even including that cave I was at, but it's nice over there.
Mm-hmm.
Quiet, Not to say that we don't have our own
Stuff.
beasts and monsters to look out for, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not like this. Definitely not a library, but that I've seen over there.
Yeah.
That was new, but it's a bit different.
Yeah.
If I can get you all over there one time,
I mean, yeah, sure. We can all go for like a vacation or something.
Yes, plane jumping vacations. That sounds like a wonderful time. Nothing bad can go wrong that way.
hey, it's better than walking through this. I
Yes,
haven't encountered any undead before now, so
I would
Well,
not
that's
recommend
pretty
coming here.
no, this is definitely we not recommend. Avoid at all
Yeah.
costs.
I appreciate you guys coming with me anyway. And also, we do have the thing for Great, but like also for, pushing so hard to help me find my dad.
I assume that it is a programming error for myself.
Hey.
Ah,
Either that or you like us.
ah,
One
ah.
or the other.
Let's hurry and find your dad. I prefer to not be here much longer.
Me neither. And I'm sure. Oh, trust me, the earful I'm gonna give him when we find him.
Wake up, noob. Wake up.
Who would
I'm
know
looking
that?
for Unit Ziku's father. If you exist in this forest, please follow my voice. Noob. Would you be Prime Noob? Yes. Ziku Prime Noob. Wake up. Find
Eric.
us. Follow my voice. Carrick. Ziku Prime Noob.
Okay, that'll work. And I'm constantly aware of my surroundings, looking to see if like he suddenly pops up.
Okay. Everybody make perception checks. Ziku at disadvantage because myth.
If I prop Ziku up like on my
Yeah, can I
shoulder,
like hop on like his shoulders?
Sure, absolutely.
So would that be regular roll or would
That would be the regular roll, yes.
Okay. Ooh,
I rolled a solid 6.
4.
that's 7.
And what did you get, Ziku?
Nice.
23.
All right. Ziku, go ahead and make a charisma save.
Oh shit. Oh no. It's a 2, but I have a -1.
Okay. So
So a 1, but not natural.
you Grove realizes you're kind of having trouble and lifts you up on his shoulder. And Ziku, you are looking to the left. Grove, you are looking to the right. Matrix is looking to the back. Anansi can't see shit because he's 3 feet tall and his face is full of mist. And you get out before something happens, and you sit quietly on Grove's shoulder.
Do you see
Do I
anything
move?
up there?
Ziku shakes her head.
Let us journey on.
I just got possessed. I swear to God.
All right, and you guys kind of just keep moving. Ziku is kind of like happily just kind of munching on a piece of jerky, munching on a piece of goose jerky, just doing a little dance, chilling. Seems fine. Maybe a little more bouncy than normal, but overall. All right, so you guys travel for another couple hours. Okay.
Yep. You need to do another survival check.
One more survival check, please.
That is 17.
17. All right. Fine. And you're like, all right. She said it was south though. So you're like, we're gonna have to start breaking away from the river because the river is heading further east, and she did say it was almost due south. So you're like, all right. So you start pulling away from the river a little bit. And you keep walking. It's getting towards 8, 9 o'clock at night. Sun is going down.
I suspect we should camp.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. Ziku bounces down from your shoulder.
Siku, considering your level of energy, would you be okay with taking first watch?
Energetic head nods.
Excellent.
You're right there, Ziku. You're a little quiet at the moment.
Energetic head nods.
Matrix looks, make sure y'all have rations. If everybody's eating, Matrix just goes into basically sleep mode.
All right. Are you guys setting up the tents? And Nancy does pull his out, yank the fire out.
Yeah.
Before I do that, I will indeed cast Alarm.
Okay.
And a 20-foot cube around our camp.
20-foot cube around the camp. Okay.
Good night, Ziku.
Random wave. No words.
Great.
All right. So, Ziku takes the first watch.
You need me to
And...
thing.
No, I can do it. Thanks.
You just get eaten.
I just feel so weird sitting here like
So it is okay, that's not bad. Hey!
Sorry,
Nat
I didn't
20.
mean to cast it twice, but
No, you're good. Nat 20. So Ziku, you just sit around, kind of looking. You hear the buzzing sound, kind of get real low, and like flat Matrix to wake him up from the buzzing sound. Matrix, you just got slapped in the side.
use your words.
She kind of just like waves an arm up towards the buzzing sound.
Can I roll an insight check on Ziku?
You can roll an insight check.
Because this is about the time where Matrix would be like,
Now it's getting fishy. Like, why the
Ziku
hell?
is always talking. And suddenly, she hasn't talked for hours on end.
Yep.
Something ain't right.
up. Help me.
Something weird.
Someone cast Wish somewhere.
I'm going to cast Guidance on myself as well.
All right.
Da-da. That is going to be a 16.
16. There's definitely something fucky. You're not sure exactly what. You know you're in the white. You know shit gets weird in here. Whether or not that means she's possessed, whether she's being like extra careful because there's weird shit around. You're not 100% sure, but it doesn't seem, something seems off.
Grove.
Yeah.
Friend Grove, awaken. Something is wrong with Unit Ziku.
See,
Yep, I
What do
like
you
the
mean?
privates. We're good.
And when you say that, Ziku just real hard just shakes her head.
You're right, Ziku?
Yep. Like she doesn't speak, but just energetic head nods. Yep, fine.
You see the
Uh,
problem.
Yeah, normally we'd be getting some sort of explanation.
She kind of waves her hand again, and at this point, you all do notice the buzzing sound.
Yeah. Looks like our friends are back.
I am not particularly worried about them. I am more worried about this. And he points directly at Ziku's face. This one is always talking. Unit Anansi. Can you do
I'll
the
go-
magic detecting thingy?
I'll go up to Ziku and cast Lesser Restoration. This should help. Say something if you don't want me to do this.
Or one condition: blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned. Okay, so you go ahead and you spend the spell slot. Nothing seems to happen.
That's all I got.
What happens when, or if Anansi detects magic? Because I know that's one of the spells Anansi has used before.
Interesting. Nothing happens. You see Ziku just and kind of like start walking away towards a tent.
Knowing where we are, and having experienced myself, I'm going to go ahead and right before Ziku walks away, cast Protection of Good and Evil on Ziku. If the target's already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such creature, being, aberration, celestial, whatever, the target has advantage on a new saving throw against the relevant effect.
Okay. So you will have a advantage on your saving throws.
They do that now.
No, you still don't get to make a saving throw.
Oh, okay. So that still doesn't work.
Ziku very,
Matrix?
very, very like hamming it up, like oh.
Matrix looks at
Goes
both
to
Grove
kind
and
of just lay
Anansi
down.
and says, "You all are not going to like this, but I think there is something that must be done."
I have a feeling. Go for it.
Matrix grabs a rope. Matrix goes over to Ziku. Matrix says, "Ziku, if you do not want me to do this, you must say something."
In that moment, Ziku sees you coming over with the rope. Everybody go ahead and make a wisdom save, please.
Guidance on self. This is not my area of expertise.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
Oh, that wasn't bad. Hey, I said 19.
Okay.
That's a nat 1 plus 3 because it rolled
Nat
off
1
the
plus 3.
off the
No
table.
idea.
I had a 20, but it rolled off the tray.
In a moment, as you were walking up and saying this, Ziku's tiny little adorable goblin face mutates into this horrifying, just torn up, bloody looking, eyes bulging, torn eared visage.
Oh, Matrix just
Grove,
punches immediately if he sees that. Like, no hesitation. Soon as the face starts to change,
You
it's
have my blessing.
okay, Grove, go ahead and roll 1d4.
Two.
Oh.
2. Grove, you gain 20 years as you failed by more than 5. You age 20 years.
Oh,
You're kidding.
damn. 20 years?
Yeah.
Well, wait a minute. That's okay in Furbolg, right? Because Furbolgs live for a good long time.
Furballs live for a hot minute, yeah, so it's
So you
not
don't age that
the
much.
end of the world, but you just still lost 20 years. So
I
go
mean-
ahead, Ziku, what's your armor class?
14, I think.
Okay.
Check it
Matrix
for
is
you.
gonna punch you in the
14.
face.
I'm a 65-year-old 4-bulk now.
Which to them is like the equivalent of what, 30?
Not even.
Not even.
I don't think they hit maturity until 100. He's just some teenager out here acting wise.
Sorry, one moment.
No problem, go for it. Take your time.
That is 15.
Ziku, does that hit?
15? Yeah. Armor class base, you gotta hit is 14.
Okay. Then let me do the damage. Just a moment. God damn it. Hold on.
If it's a lot for once, it's a good thing in terms of hitting us.
No. I had changed my armor style back and it didn't change, so I couldn't remember the numbers. So you're going to take a d8 plus 4. So you take 8 thunder damage, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls against targets that are not me until the start of my next turn.
Cool.
Right.
Just yell at me if I need to roll a disadvantage. Because I don't know where to put that.
Question. I do get multi-attack, but I don't want to attack again. I want to grapple at this point.
Do you have like Tavern Brawler
No.
as a feat? I think the grapple would take up a whole thing.
It takes an action.
Yeah, I think it takes the full turn if you don't have Tavern Brawler.
In that case, you're just going to get punched in the face again.
That's fine. Ziku, do you think Ziku cares right now?
That hits. It is a 22.
Oh, yep.
Okay, here you go. And you take another 7 thunder damage. Unit Ziku, fix your face.
And it was just a momentary thing, and it did fade.
Oh,
but
the
yeah,
Matrix just
Anansi, Anansi and Grove are both like, what the fuck? Ziku, how fast do you move?
I move 45 feet.
Ziku books it. Ziku,
I assume Ziku disengaged, or can Ziku disengage? Because that's an opportunity attack.
You can take your opportunity attack.
I'm like, Ziku's got to stop. I don't like any of this. And Matrix is always looking for a reason to fight.
Yeah.
17.
That'll hit.
And that's going to be another 11 damage.
Okay. So using 45 and 45, it gets 90 feet away and doesn't appear to be stopping anytime soon. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break as Ziku runs off into the undead forest.
Okay, bye.
What the fuck?
Oh, that made my
What
headache worse.
the fuck?
Well, sorry, guys.
No, you're good. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Matrix is just reacting to the situation.
Yeah, no.
No, I'm not angry at Matrix at all. If anything, I'm encouraging Matrix at this point because Ivy can't do shit. There's no
All right.
save, there's no nothing.
We will see y'all
Possession is
shortly.
fun.
We'll be back in a
Yeah,
hot
sure.
second, guys.
Well, that's true.
And we are back.
Ah. Yeah, no, first you gotta catch her before you beat the shit out of her. That's gonna be the hard part.
No one has a
So-
holy person.
She fast.
And she quick too. So right before we left off, Ziku was, we can let the cat out of the bag for those of you who haven't guessed it, possessed by something that's not actively trying to hurt you or be menacing. It just seems perfectly content to eat all the food and chill in Ziku's body. Up
Eat all
until
of their
Matrix came
food.
at it with a rope, and then it went horror movie face and took off into the undead forest. It is probably about 11 o'clock at night. There is still an ominous mist hanging at waist height, and you have just lost Ziku.
Well,
Shit.
let's
I can't-
spread out. Try and
I
find her.
can't see Ziku from this range.
I would say because you guys do have a fire going, you do see some of the mist kind of swirling around and it's being disturbed in a way that does not have to do with the wind.
So if I can see Ziku, I will cast Hunter's Mark on Ziku.
Okay. Yeah, so you go ahead and real quick, because you can't get closer because you're still frightened for another probably 30 seconds. Just cast Hunter's Mark on this fleeing figure in the distance.
I would do that so that way I can at least know where Ziku is at.
Yep.
May I finish my rest?
And that will actually drop protection on good and evil on her
Okay.
with the concentration.
All right.
Not like it matters.
Your minute is up. You can now, if you want, you and Anansi can go after, or all three of you, depending on how you want to do this, go after Ziku if you so choose. You do know where she is. She has stopped moving.
How do we want to handle this? Do we want to knock her unconscious and bring her back? Do we want to? There's no reasoning.
How long will it take us to get to Ziku, where she is now, from where we are?
She kept running, so she's a good little clip away. You're not really sure. Grove, you know the direction she is in, but you're not sure, like, oh yeah, she is 257 feet away.
This is only important because I want to cast a spell potentially, but it only lasts a minute. So,
Okay.
Unit Anansi, watch the camp.
Yep, I'll keep
Scream
things here.
if something goes wrong.
Don't worry, I will.
Friend Grove, show us the way.
Okay.
Or why the hell not? I'll also. Nope. All right. Yeah, we'll follow.
Okay. You guys start heading towards where Zico took off to. Ziku, it has been a long fucking 8 hours for you. This is nonsense. You're just stuck in here. And it's a little odd because you're like, oh God, fucking go. Like the last thing you were able to do was recognize there's a fucking ghost coming at me. And then it just kind of sat and hang out, and you're like, this was not what I was expecting. I was not expecting this ghost to sit here and eat all my goddamn jerky.
Can I
This is
talk?
not what this is not what I was expecting at all. What were you gonna say?
Can I talk to it in the head? Or is it one of I'm completely immobile and speechless? Up to you.
I would say you could. I would say you could.
Okay. So I think I would say, okay, most ghosts just try to kill whatever is in sight. You just ate all my food. What? May I at least ask your name? We're gonna hijack me.
My name is Zara.
Zyra or Sarah?
Zara. Zerra.
And you can recognize it's the voice of a child.
It sounds like it.
Well, hi. Nice to meet you. This is a weird way to meet you, but like,
Hi.
I mean,
There's not a lot of goblins here, and I saw a goblin, and I got really excited, and I figured you had tasty food.
we do have a chef with us.
Oh,
Okay.
that's really cool. Which one is it? you feel your head moving around.
Oh, the chef was over there. They probably just got scared that you were gonna hurt them, and they said, "Okay, this is a bad idea."
I don't like the guy with the ropes. Is he the chef? I don't like him. He was trying to get me with a rope.
Yeah, he does that.
I can bite him. We should bite him.
Well, the guy with the ropes is my friend. He just got scared. I think.
I didn't do anything. I was trying to tell him there was the buzzy things. I don't like the buzzy things.
Well, yeah, the buzzy things are weird.
They're better than they're better than the dog things, but I don't like the
Yeah.
buzzy things.
It's kind of a we'll take what we can get kind of thing in terms of the bad.
Yeah.
So, I think the reason he went at you, and I'm pretty sure, is that the last time somebody in our group got possessed, it ended very bad. However, I know you were trying to tell them, and that's very appreciated. I kind of didn't expect to get punched in the. I mean, I should have expected to get punched in the face at this point by Matrix, but but so how long have we? So I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions because we got to pass the time somehow. So did you live here before, or like?
I think so. I'm still I don't know how many I was. I was like some but
Really
my mom-
little?
my- I mean like not little. Like I had 2 little brothers, so I wasn't like
Mm-hmm.
little. But like my mom and my dad worked for some fancy guy,
Mm-hmm.
and so we got to wear nice clothes and stuff. And I do remember that. It was back there wasn't misty stuff here.
Oh, so you've been here a while.
Okay.
Well, it's okay. Okay. Question. If you can you we talk, do I sound different? Is that why you didn't talk?
I can't that takes a lot more skill than I have.
Oh, okay.
And
So
she tries to talk, and all that comes out is
okay. I get you. Okay. So you just wanted the food. You didn't actually. You just wanted to chill for a little bit. Is that all that happened?
Yeah. Its bodies are warm and it's nice, which sounds that sounds gross. Our bodies are warm and it's nice, and you're a goblin like me, so you had tasty food, right?
You're a goblin? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a solidarity. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, I am going to eventually need my body back, but and also my friends are probably going to be like, you might want to keep running.
And so he takes off again further into the forest. And you guys I would say you guys were within probably about 60 feet.
What?
And you feel the hunter's mark start drifting again further.
And I'm just gonna keep talking with her. If we can. So most you're gonna have to teach me how ghost stuff works because I don't know how much ghost stuff works, but I am curious. So
I don't know how ghost stuff works either. I just, there was some big fight or something, and there's fires, and then I was a ghost, and then the dog people came, and I don't like the dog people. I don't know where they're
What?
trying to take people, but then the buzzy people came, and I really don't like the buzzy people.
well, so the wolf people are trying to take people somewhere.
No, they're not wolves. They're not wolves. The wolves are fine. The wolves are just big. The wolves are
Mm.
okay. No, no,
There's
there's
bad
dog.
people beyond the.
There's dog people. They only show up sometimes though.
Oh.
I don't know what it is. There's something special, and then all of a sudden there's dog people.
Hmm. 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 Gotcha. And then they take people. And then the bug people are trying to stop what they're doing, but the bug people are still freaky.
No, the bug people work for the creepy lady.
Creepy lady.
Yeah, I don't know what she's doing. She's got like a whole army. It's crazy. I don't want to go in the army. My dad was in the army. It's in Coco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know the lady's name so that way if I hear her name I can run? Well,
I think it starts with like a a a, a sound.
basically, how about this? If you're still in my body if we run into her, just run and tell me later.
Okay, that's fine. I'm trying to run
Hmm.
away from her. I ate too much jerky. She's to the south.
The south. Huh. Is she by a big temple thingy?
And she stops and kind of looks up into the sky. I think she's nearby one of the disappearing temples. Yeah.
See, we don't want to mess. See, my friends, we don't want to mess with the bad lady. We just need to find one of the disappearing temples. That's why we're one of the reasons we're here. But if you actually, question.
Yeah.
I had an idea.
And you
So-
feel your own head just.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know if I think we can both exist in the same thing. Okay. My friend Matrix might be able to help with the not being alive thing. Maybe. I have to ask him. Because you're a little girl, you I'm assuming you didn't get to live a lot of life. I think you deserve that.
That's cool.
Now, how would you see the only other way there's two ways I think you can do it. Because one he made like a little bird guy that like is kind of alive. I don't know how I'd have to ask him. But
Okay.
he's
Is
or
he the one who was trying to get me with a rope? Because I don't like him.
you don't have to like him, but he was the one with the rope. But
I'm gonna bite him.
you can I'll let you get one bite in because but listen, he could also put your soul or what's left of it. I don't know how ghost stuff works. It's entirely something I have to ask him, so I don't want to get your hopes up. But if he can put you in a thing you can possess and have like a body, would that be okay? Because I kind of need my body back eventually.
I kind of never thought about it. Maybe. I guess.
Again, I have to ask him. I don't want
I
to
can
get
eat
your
a
hopes up.
lot of jerky. That would be
Yeah,
great.
we can eat all the jerky you want. So I do have one more question. Do you remember how you said there were fires, right?
Yeah, there was like a big war over here or something.
They were.
Yeah. People were angry,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was fires, and I don't know, it just got real like there was a lot going on, and then there
Yeah.
wasn't.
Okay.
You guys get to within about 30 feet this time.
Okay, I'm gonna need you to let me talk to them. If they come back, but you can stay in my body. You just gotta like, can we switch controls? Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Okay, can you control my hands?
Yeah, I was doing that before. Your
Okay, can
arms
you
just
write?
start
Do
kind
you
of
know
like.
how to write, or do you need me to like tell you how to write?
I mean, I started to learn my letters when I yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, and there's paper in my pocket, and I need you to write. Ziku is okay. I'm a kid. Want a body.
Okay.
Can you write?
See that? You guys come and you find Ziku sitting cross-legged with her cartography stuff out. It's odd. Grove, are you you're the youngest in your family, right? If I remember correctly.
See, the youngest, the middle. I don't remember.
I'm the youngest.
I would say that you might have been the youngest of your siblings, but you probably had seen a couple of smaller children. And so you recognize the intense concentration of a little kid trying to write a letter. Because that is what's going on. You see this goblin kind of hunched over, like tongue just a little bit, writing with a calligraphy brush. Because again, Ziku is a cartographer. There is a
Mhm.
certain level of skill, so she may have just a piece of charcoal, but the easiest thing to get out and the most common thing in there is decent brushes and stuff of that nature. And the Ziku holds up a little piece of paper with a whole bunch of scribbles on it. Go ahead and either one of you can make an intelligence check if you'd like.
I can do an intelligence check.
Yeah, sure. I'm
Let's
super
see.
smart. I'm super smart.
Nope,
Yep. That's how smart I am.
Oh no.
Boy.
not one.
Oh no.
Oh no, you
10.
guys are gonna hit her. I don't want you to hit
10. It looks like this goblin is writing down a spell or like some kind of magic shit on this paper. You're not sure. You don't recognize it. Matrix, you're pretty sure this is some magic shit. But Grove, you're
If
like,
it's
I
not
don't.
common, dwarvish, elvish, or gnomish,
There's a couple pieces in there that look like they might be elvish, but they're like really stretched or like just weird, and you're like, nope, I don't know what the heck that is.
Fur is gonna turn to Matrix and be like, I have a way of trapping it. I have this hunter's trap here. I could go ahead and set it next to the tree. I saw that it was eating a bunch of stuff, so I'll put like berries and some shit near it. Bait it in, and we'll just
Unit Grove, you are very large, yes?
yeah.
Do you think you can grab Unit Ziku?
It goes pretty quick.
What if I made Unit Ziku smaller?
How much smaller do you want to make me, dude?
Let's. I don't know where you're going for this, but let's try it out.
Sweet. Okay, well, then.
What? 2 foot?
Yeah, so you're basically going to get your size halved. So Matrix is just going to like just run up to you, and as soon as you start to run away, Matrix shrinks you with this spell to make you half size, and then just goes to like have Grove grab you because Matrix is not dexterous enough for all of this. Just like Matrix is like,
Can I feel the effects coming
run.
on?
This is assuming I can see her now in this fog.
Yeah, You are.
I could have like dark sight and shit. I have my flaming shield. It should be fine.
I'm a furball. I got that shit.
Furbolgs don't have that, my dude.
Nope. You do have light. However, you have now shrunk Ziku so that the body is beneath this low-hanging cloud because she is only about like 12 inches tall now, and Grove is above this low-hanging cloud.
This is Jack and the Beanstalk right now.
It really is.
You
Yeah,
still have Hunter's Mark, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
you
yeah.
Can, you can still sense where Ziku
General
is.
direction.
There you go.
It's gonna be like a few
Can I feel? Can I say a thing?
Yeah. What's up?
I might need my body back just to tell them to not hurt you. Can you appear like as yourself? Out like you're a ghost, so like you can appear as yourself right next to me, right?
Well, I mean, they can't hurt me in here.
Charlie, you don't know my friends.
Well, I mean, they would have done it already, wouldn't they?
One of them punched us in the face. Look. I'm not gonna let them hurt you or exercise you or whatever you're afraid of. Okay, you're a kid. We need to figure this out.
Could I use Druidcraft to create a something to clear the mist out? Because it says I can create a tiny, harmless sensory effect that predicts the weather will be your location for the next 24 hours. The effect might manifest as a golden orb for clear skies, cloud for rain, snowflakes for snow, so on.
I would say you could use it a little bit like the gust cantrip, and it kind of pushes it away for a moment. But it's definitely not a lasting.
Because the only thing I was going to say is if I could go ahead and, like, seeing as they're smaller now, create like some sort of vine traps to kind of like ensnare them.
Not a Druidcraft.
They're a foot tall now. I'm thinking
You just grow a little beanstalk that shoots them up into the air.
Oh god. Yeah, Zika's busy trying to reason. Do what you're gonna do.
Pop goes to Ziku.
Actually, Ziku, go ahead and make a Constitution save.
Constitution?
Yes,
Okay, just want to make sure I
because
heard.
you are an unwilling creature, I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, 12.
So yeah, you are in Smolland.
Oh no.
You gotta go even higher now.
I guess I could go out if you think it would help.
It'll help. They need to know. The reason they caught on to you is because you weren't talking and I talk a lot.
All right.
Just stay next to me, okay?
Okay. You see both of you, I would say, because she's not trying to hide. Both of you see a little ghost. Maybe like 2 feet tall, come up from the ground and just kind of disappear into the mist.
Can I control myself now?
You can. You are
Wait,
thirsty.
don't.
You got a stomach ache. You feel like you just ate 4 pounds of jerky.
True.
Ate her weight in her.
Don't. Nobody move.
You're also tiny, so this is.
We can't see shit. We just hear noises.
Matrix legit just lays down on the ground and just looks at you. If you continue to stay in Ziku's body, I will have to apprehend you.
I am now Ziku. Please down.
Unit Ziku, are you aware that your body was possessed in some way?
Yes, and I was talking to the ghost. She's a kid.
Why? That seems unwise. We should capture this ghost.
Well, about that. Zara, come here. And
The little ghost comes out from the mist. the minute is up, you go back to your normal, still small size. And you see a goblin probably smaller than Ziku.
And I know like physically, so I just generally like gestured her. This is Zara. She knows a lot about the forest, and she is kind of my friend. We're figuring it out. Listen, she's a kid. She kind of just wanted to eat food and chill. She didn't want to hurt anybody. So I know undead are weird, but she's generally pretty chill.
Stealing a body. Very chill.
That's
Well, I'm not mad about it because, she's a kid and yeah. She was a malicious ghost, that'd be one thing, but she's a nice ghost.
How do you make these nice versus malicious determinations?
I mean, she didn't try to kill anybody. And also, she's just happy being a kid, my dude. I don't know what you want from me.
Would not have been successful at killing us. Honestly, Unit Ziku, you can do some damage, but on me.
She wasn't trying to hurt you. Point.
so what was it trying to do?
Eat food. She was just eating food and wanted a body for a couple hours.
Food isn't all that important. I don't miss it that much.
Speaking of,
You see the little goblin ghost, who is in like a very floofy pinafore dress and has like almost eyes like twice the size of Ziku's. Like it's very much like the 70s creepy baby dolls with the two big eyes and just massive ears. Just shoots a face at Matrix when he says food is not important.
Matrix.
Yes.
It's gonna sound crazy that I'm already proposing this. You can move souls, can't you?
I have.
Can you now is my question. Listen, she can help, right? You know your way around, you know the bad lady, like all this other stuff that's around. You can help us get around. And you want a body for a little while, right? But I kind of need mine. So is there like, help me brainstorm a substitute for her?
A substitute?
Are
there Warforged around that you see?
I
No.
asked you a question. You can say no.
Also, all of my experiments have come on living creatures, moving a living soul from one place to another. This creature has been dead, likely for a while.
I mean, fair. I'm literally just asking because I don't know, and
I could try it, but it would not have full functionality, such as mine.
Sarah, breathe.
Why? What is that face that this creature is making?
She doesn't like you because you tried to catch her. When she didn't do
She
it.
stole your body.
Yeah.
This was unacceptable.
Can't really blame us for it.
Also, your face did a really strange thing. I did not
Apparently,
like
ghosts
it.
can do that. Look, okay. Well, if we can't get her a body, can we at least try to help? Can we try to help you move on, darling? Will that make you feel better? No, you like being here? Kind of. Well, you don't like being here, but you like,
If this creature is accepted, I could move it into my homunculus.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking, like Ziggy.
Yes, but
To be able to eat.
no.
It wants to eat.
She wants to be
Yeah. It is a disembodied soul that has not moved on. What do you think it's going to get?
I don't know. You're the one who knows about this stuff, so I thought I'd ask.
You could take it to a cleric or paladin, and they would obliterate it and send it to the other side.
Okay. Well, Zara, I'm really trying to think of solutions here, sweetheart.
I mean, what if it's like the body of like a bird or a small creature here in the white?
Yeah, can you like possess other animals? Have you done that before? Has to be people. Sentiency, right. Okay. Hmm. I'm trying to think.
Why are you helping a ghost? This seems like a distraction and a waste of time when you should be trying to find your father.
I mean, yeah, but she also knows her way around the forest. 1, 2.
Speaking of which, any chance that they may have seen your father?
Well, I haven't had a chance to get to that question. She had.
One would think that would have been the first question you would have asked.
I mean, my first question is, why'd you possess me?
Second question you would have asked.
Because I was trying to see what she knew and what she didn't, and she knows where the disappearing temples are.
The disappearing. Where we need to go?
Yeah, exactly. Also, sweetheart, I do have one more question. Did you by chance see a half-elf man running around here? Monk, roby guy, like, I describe him again because my brain is fizzling. You've seen him?
How long ago?
Can you not talk now? Okay. Can you
How
show
about take control of me?
3?
How about no? That seems like a terrible idea.
If it willingly came out, then it'll come out if it needs to.
I know, Matrix, this is really weird, but I realize that, most ghosts are bad and all this other stuff, but she's a kid.
3 moons?
3 moons,
Oh.
2 moons, 2 levels? Sorry. Okay, I'm terrible at charades. Okay, darling, can you draw?
And
Okay.
she takes your stuff and she sits back down and she draws a line, and she draws the second line, and then she draws like a half of a line.
2.5.
2.5. Okay.
Days.
And then
Months.
2
months ago?
months ago. Okay. Do you know what direction he went in? Did he end up? Okay. And then
she points back towards the river.
okay. And then important question, was he anywhere near the bad lady?
And she sits back down and she starts writing again. And she holds up like what looks like a full sentence. Some of it looks elvish.
I can read Elvish.
It looks like if somebody took elvish and like stretched it and twisted it, and then started adding dwarven runes into it.
Oh, good. I know Elvish and Dwarvish.
Go ahead and I would say make a history check.
Sure, I'm good at that. That is 15.
15. There are actually, and you kind of, the first thing she held up, you guys were chasing a ghost that was in your friend's body and had just terrified the piss out of you. So you didn't get a great look. This time, it is some strange little ghost child who's writing you notes. And so you actually kind of take a breath and look at what she's holding up, and you're like, it looks vaguely familiar to you, Grove. There is a set of ruins that you and a friend have explored that has language in a similar nature to this. You don't know a word for word translation. What was the question you asked? Because I got a brain of a goldfish. Did he go past the bad lady?
Yeah.
It says basically says, was it here yet?
Bad lady. Oh, okay. I gotta wait till Grove translates. Sorry.
I relay this information to everyone.
Yeah, bad lady.
Okay,
wasn't
so
here
he
yet.
wasn't by the bad lady making an army. Okay. Which apparently there's a bad lady making an army. We gotta be careful. Place south where we're going, so we really gotta watch out.
Perfect. Sounds perfect. So our decision now is: do we go back up the river, find your father?
Well, how long till till the 2 moons eclipse thing?
Go ahead. Everybody can make a nature check.
Assume we have like a few more.
9.
14.
Okay. Anything interesting, Matrix?
That is a 10.
10. Ziku, Matrix, you guys are pretty sure you have a little bit of time. Grove, you're like, okay, we spent about a week there. It took a week and a half to get here. We had 4 weeks. We spent 2 days in town. So you probably got about a week, but you're also not exactly sure where this temple is.
But my calculations, we have a little bit, about a week or so, maybe a little less. So if we find your father, there's no way we get back to town and back out here. So either we
Go find my dad, or we don't.
can try to go to this temple for Gray. If we get out and then find your father. The other thing we could do is we could ask a friend to see if they could find your father and get us word if they happen to see him.
Okay.
Then we could send.
Zara, darling, can you hold things for long periods of time? Okay.
We could put a note. We could.
And she's the and the holding things for long periods of time department.
Matrix starts to pull a bunch of things out of his bag of holding. Like everything in there, and starts sticking in the backpacks. Like, you take this, you take this.
She does get super interested, and very little kid like starts just slowly drifting over towards Matrix.
And then Matrix opens up
trying to,
his
like,
little
In the
shoulder
bag.
pocket, sits the bird down, takes a little opal, it's black opal that he has, and he closes it in his hand, and it starts to glow. And then he sticks it in the bird's chest, and the bird sort of wakes up, and the bag of holding just poofs out of existence.
What did you do?
Ziggy, are you okay with a passenger? Ziggy looks at Matrix and goes,
Darling, that would be where
Ziku, if you want to convince the child.
I'm working on it. Okay, Zara, darling, this is where you would be if you so choose. I'm not gonna make you, but you'd kind of be you'd have a roommate.
And you see her write in the same script and kind of hold it up. Grove, you translate this one to forever, like a question.
Will it be for forever?
No. I would have to infuse the stone with this one's soul. For now, it would be shared.
You okay with that, darling? Okay.
Grove,
is
your feet are
perfect.
wet. Just all of
Um,
a sudden, you feel like your feet are wet.
We should. I put my feet up. Is it like muddy wet or like?
It feels like you stepped in like a creek, like maybe up to your ankles a little bit.
I'll step out.
Okay. Still feels just soggy. Matrix, you're infusing this goblin into Ziggy for the moment.
And then
Okay.
wait, question. Could she be popped back out?
I mean, at the moment, Ziggy is sentient.
Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure that she wouldn't just suddenly disappear.
I would imagine that if Matrix drops the infusion, then she'd be kicked out, essentially. Like, there's nowhere else to be.
Okay.
But yeah,
Cool.
she happily jumps into the bird, and the bird takes off and starts like flying around your head, Looney Tunes style. Kind of
Happens,
lands
our
on your
darling?
shoulder,
This is a terrible idea.
It's
bounces
I
a
have
over
very
the
made
top
a
of
thing.
huge
Matrix's head,
mistake.
flies down to Ziku's head, and it's kind of just bouncing happily from person's head to person's head.
I just hold my hand out for her to like land,
And does.
and I just pat her head like, we're gonna figure a more permanent solution out, but this will at least get you out of here for a little while.
Grove, that wet feeling is kind of like up to mid shin now.
Something's. Are any of you? Are your feet wet?
Are they?
Are they? But
Negative.
what are you talking about?
Oh, it feels like legs like skating in some
Water?
high water.
I look down at his feet. What?
You see feet. Go ahead and make a perception check. Are you guys giving Ziggy and Zara any kind of instructions, or is she just chilling in a bird with y'all now?
She's just kind of chill at the moment
Matrix
till
is
we
like,
figure something out.
if you have an idea of where Unit Ziku's father is, fly there. Come back to me. Ziggy knows the way.
And just pecks your head a little bit. Seems to almost laugh at pecking you, and then flies off. What'd you get for perception check?
13.
Are we all supposed to be rolling on this? Or?
Sure, go ahead. I mean, if you want to look at Grove's,
Do I get
Standing
advantage
in
on
a-
looking at my feet?
yeah, you want to look at Grove's feet.
Guidance.
Okay.
Serial abuser of the guidance spell.
Hey, that's what it's there for, abuse.
14.
14. You don't see water. You reach your hand out, you don't feel water, and yet the straps that are kind of holding Grove's boot seem to move like they're in a current. Do you guys head back to camp?
Matrix pushes Grove ahead to see if
Okay.
do you
If
still
I-
feel wet?
Yeah. Do I feel it like creeping up me?
You do, slowly. It's getting to about knee height.
Touch myself and will I know? Yeah, I probably would. I would cast protection of good and evil on myself.
It does, as it gets up to kind of thigh height, it starts getting a little difficult to walk. And at first, you guys kind of think Grove is just messing with you, but he is doing the slow kind of trudge, like running through thigh-deep water.
I don't know what's happening, but it's getting harder and harder to move.
I wonder if this will help. Matrix goes over to Grove, touches his back, casts enlarge on him.
Okay. And it does. It drops the water level for you, but you still feel it.
But now you're double height.
Yep. For a minute.
It's not getting any better, but it's also not getting worse.
You guys do make it back to camp. Anansi is sitting there, and you guys do hear the buzzing heavily.
And Grove is just walking through the forest as a giant.
As a giant. And
Are you like 10
trudging.
feet tall?
I'm like 14.
Yeah, he's a solid like 13 and a half, 14 feet right now.
So you're literally like if you double your
15
height
foot. 15 foot right now.
with the
With the double.
your
Okay,
large.
got it.
So yeah, it's getting because it only lasts a minute. As you start shrinking back down, you realize it's probably about chest deep now. Nobody else is affected. Everybody make perception check real quick.
15.
21.
Perception? 21.
21. So everybody turns and looks across the firelight. Ziku, you had a weird day already and you're not feeling great. So it takes you a couple beats after the rest. You see a boat floating at about 5 feet. With a small being kind of pulling it through the water. And he kind of stops, looks around, jabs the pole down. Are you the idiot? And he kind of looks over at you, Grove. Matrix, go ahead and make a history check real quick. Oh, come on, then get in the fucking boat.
Who are you?
My name is Angui. Get in the fucking boat.
Why would I have a boat with you? I never met you before.
Because you, mad lad, instead of making a fucking deal like a normal person, decided to bend the knee, and now there's some things you need to fucking learn. Get in the boat. I'll bring you back. You'll be fine.
20.
What did you do?
You got a 20?
Mm-hmm.
This is a Skomarin. He is a small, monkey-shaped man wearing a kilt with bagpipes on his back, poling this boat through the fucking air in the middle of the forest.
And it's talking to Grove in specific?
It's talking to Grove specifically.
What the
And
heck?
Matrix,
you
you know of Skomarins. They are from Vajrapat. They have nothing to do with the overall class system and hierarchy and city-states that make Vajrapat up. They actually live outside of the domed cities in the few very small cave and crevasses that can support life along the lightning field. They've got some wild worships. They've got some freaking weird gods they have been tied up with. One of them looks like a fucking crazy monkey, and so they worship that one specifically. Like you have seen one in town once. So to see one randomly in the middle of the forest at midnight rowing a boat through the air, you're like, what?
Matrix explains this to Ziku and Anansi, not because he really wants to share knowledge, but more because he doesn't understand what the hell is going on, and it is one of those odd times where Matrix doesn't
do you
understand.
know this person?
Well, yeah, I could try and make it, but telling you right now, it's hard for me to move.
I mean, just mad lad, just swim. Like getting out of a pool. You just kick up. God, you're daft. Now I see why you bent the knee.
I try to take his
Matrix
advice.
casts guidance on you. It's like, well, listen to it.
Tell me, what did you do? What bending into what?
Oh, he made a deal with the fucking Reaper. The stupid fuck won't kill me, and this one just shows up and is like, hey. Anyway, now I've got to teach the dumb bastard. So, get in the boat.
I try and kick and make my way free.
You push off the ground, and much like in a swimming pool or river, you float up, and all of you see Grove boing, very much as if he was in water, and kind of just his body bounces up off the floor.
Because head is in her hands again.
Grab the boat and go ahead and make a dexterity check.
Make sure you take advantage of your guidance.
You've got guidance.
All right, that's that.
Matrix just
17.
look at Ziku and is like, this
17.
makes as much sense as anything that we've done.
You're pretty graceful about it. You pull yourself up, launch yourself in. It's definitely not, fish hitting the bottom of a steel boat. You don't flop around. You're pretty smooth. You get in. He's like, well, at least you can do that, Will. Over the two of you, I'll bring him, or the three of you. I'll bring him back. Don't worry. He's gonna probably come back with something interesting. Oh no, He'll be fine. Trust me, it's just the Reaper. And he pulls the pole out of the ground and starts pushing off.
I'll toss them the map, and that's probably about all I have on me that will probably be of use. I have an extra quarterstaff. I'll throw that.
Friend Grove.
Okay.
Be well.
I'm back.
You as well.
Don't fear the Reaper. I've already foiled them.
And
have fun storming the council.
And with that, we will go ahead and call it for the evening. And I think my internet is being super hinky.
Perfect timing.
You're fine.
Still,
on our
yeah.
end.
Yeah.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad I'm fine on.
Until then,
I
hold a thought.
Good.
Move.
We're
We're good.
Yeah.
Thought for a second.
Okay, dope. So thanks everybody for coming by and hanging out. I hope I got y'all into places where combat is. So this will be fun the next couple of weeks because you got an undead forest and some creepy lady with an army and then a disappearing temple. And Grove just got kidnapped by the psychopump
Reaper.
of the Reaper. So,
Yeah, it's normal. Normal day in Surrett.
good time was had by all.
I made friends with the kid ghost, which I still don't know how to feel about entirely, other than we gotta help the kid. She's a kid.
Kid ghost. What in a bird body? What could go wrong?
Just to show you how much Matrix cares, Matrix gave up its bag of holding and Ziggy.
Which I appreciate it. I really do.
Yep.
It is true.
We'll make that known, I promise.
It is true.
Matrix is not going to let you forget. Don't get it twisted. Matrix is still Matrix.
That's a big IOU right there.
Right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I figured.
I have trudged through a forest to find your father, who's not really your father by biology, so you are obviously confusing to all of my sensibilities, and yet I still helped you. You owe me.
Big time.
Forever.
All right, so let's go ahead and tell the fine folks who are here where we can find you. Prince.
Hey, I'm Prince, aka Doubles of Dice. You can find me at twitch.tv/Doubles of Dice and Doubles of Dice on all of the socials. I am a busy man, so you can see me in a lot of places, but tomorrow I'll be streaming at 11 a.m. I will probably be playing Eternal Sonata. I found out that game is on PlayStation Now, So yes, please and thank you. I will be playing some JRPG goodness. Um, Friday, happy hour. Come see me. We'll be drinking, talking about things that go on in the world, and maybe playing some random games like Jackbox. Saturday, I will be on Vancouver by Night at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on a new show, Delve into Darkness. It'll be our second episode. And then Saturday night, I will be on here as a storyteller for Vampire the Masquerade, Philly by Night.
Yeah.
There will be shenanigans. Just
Oh, yeah.
letting you know. This Saturday
Always.
will be shenanigans.
I mean, when is it not, darling?
Also, if you feel up to it, thank you for linking that. I am raising money for Able Gamers this week with Team Bratbox, who is the stream team, one of the stream teams I'm on. If you feel like donating, or you know some people who may have the means to donate, please feel free to stop by my link. Lonzo's linked it in the chat, but I also have it posted up on my Twitter. I'd appreciate it. This is my first time ever doing a fundraiser on stream. And I smashed my little $100 goal like with no time flat. People came through, and they got to see a really fun alert that I set up for it, even though I couldn't hear it. But when you donate, there's a fun alert that pops up. I'll just say that.
Nice. All right, Ziku, you're next.
I am Ivy. You can find me at IVM2757 on Twitter, and you can find me at IVM_57 on TikTok for cosplay things. Yeah, boy.
Go. Do your thing.
Go.
Go. You're
Yeah.
fine.
No. I'm good. She hold up for 5 minutes.
Okay. Go. You're next.
How we doing? I am Lonzo Gonzo. You can find me at Twitter at LonzoGonzo1 or Twitch at LonzoGonzo_, where I am currently not streaming. I am taking a bit of hiatus. That's why Grove is going to do some monkey jawing. Other than that, yeah, check me out here Saturday night, where you can see me play Oscar. Our techno hacking, QI capturing.
Perfect.
Capturing?
Mike is not here.
Captured by.
He plays a Nazi. He reads fun stories on Tuesdays.
Missed it.
I am Fuzzy Slippers 05. Liz, you can mostly catch me here. I think I may start streaming sometime soon because I just started playing. I don't know, what the hell did I start playing? Devil May Cry 5.
Ooh.
And it's the most ridiculous thing.
It's so much
and
fun.
Bold move.
I genuinely
Mega Man arm.
I haven't
so many
played
good stuff.
a full video game since PlayStation 1, so you can imagine how good I am doing, and it's thoroughly entertaining.
We're only on the fifth one, so
I
you're not
do
that far
need
behind.
to eventually stream. I plan. It's just so much is happening in the next 2 months.
Yeah,
We don't have the
it's
time.
Life is crazy, and the stream doesn't need us. It'll be
Wild.
there.
We're trying to get away from crazy if possible.
Oh, that's true. Everything is wild.
Everything is wild.
That's true.
Wild magic, wild life.
Ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Yep.
But thank you all for coming through this evening.
Thank you.
I hope
everyone.
you had fun. I hope you enjoyed the silliness. Like I said, we will be back on Saturday playing some vampires.
Indeed.
And are we gonna raid anybody this evening? Evening.
Where you want to go, Prince? I see a few people.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
I mean, you were doing Hades, and I see Go JG playing Hades.
Indeed. Or we could go over. Yep. You know what? Let's just do that. Let's go pop into Jess.
Always a great time there.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Jess
how much?
is a fun variety streamer.
Jess is ending.
Oh, then you know what? We'll go somewhere else.
Jess has been going for 6 hours.
Ooh,
Oh,
We will
shit.
go visit one of my Team Bratbox friends, Linoleum and
Ooh.
Bob.
Oh,
That's a good
we're gonna
name.
get Lofi.
Bob is doing she's doing a bunch of different games tonight. doing some demos of indie games. So a lot of
Oh,
people have
fun.
been playing through some different indie games that I know on the team. So this should be fun times if you want to see some new games that maybe you haven't seen yet. But she was doing the Spirit Swap demo. Now she's doing Rain on Your Parade. And then there will be some Yakuza, Like a Dragon, which has been a very interesting playthrough to watch her play. Anyway.
Good game.
Thank y'all so much. And we will see y'all on Saturday.
Peace, everyone.
Bye.
Toodaloo. Oh, yeah. Make sure you use Rolling D's rates. And we out.